Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Tasneem bano Rahman, Associate Professor at Sage University, Bhopal. Welcome you all in the 9th video on design thinking. And today I will continue on mind mapping. So let's get started and take a look at today's content. So we'll be going through the structure of mind map, example, when to use mind map, the pros and cons of mind map, and the apps that you can use to build up a mind map. So the first question is, how do I get started with mind mapping? So here you can see a basic structure of mind map which I have put up. Here you can see the first thing, the first point that to be noted is place the central theme, that's the topic, the main idea or the controlling point in the center of your page. You may find it easier to place your page on the side in landscape orientation, which is easier for drawing purposes. Then the second is you're going to use lines or arrows, speech bubbles, branches, and different colors as ways of showing the connection between the central topic, main idea, and your ideas, which stem from the focus. The relationship are important as they may form your essay paragraphs. The third thing is avoid creating an artistic masterpiece. You should draw quickly without major pause or editing. Chances are your first idea was fine and you placed that idea in the direction or on the branch you thought made the most sense. It is important in the initial stages of mind mapping to consider every possibility, even those you may not use also, but you have to put it down. And the last thing is you're going to choose different colors that can be symbolized for different things. You may choose blue for something you must incorporate in your paper, black for any other good ideas, and even red colors signifying that further research has to be done on that particular association. And it is very much required that you leave some space on the page. The reason for this is that you can continue to add to your diagram over a period of time. So here you can see the central topic, and I have put up 6 subtopics, the major associations with the central topic. And then further, these are the related ideas. And, if you're using multiple colors, then it's going to have a more retention to your memory part. Okay, so I have taken an example, and let's see. We are going to start with the center, with the primary idea. And I have picked up an example from the productive club of opening a restaurant so as to have clarity on how to build up a mind map. So now, first thing is to write your problem in the center of a blank piece of paper and circle it. So here, wine and dine restaurant, for which we'll be drawing a mind map. Now, the second thing is you're going to create few branches which indicates each area that you need to work on, such as location, promotions, hiring, menu, budgeting, etc. It can be more than these 5 branches. So if you're using the mind map techniques, initially you can start with few branches and further you can add on. Now, the next is we are going to pick one of the branches and think if it needs more segregation. For example, promotion can be broken down into offline and online mode. So here online, you can, promote the restaurant, the Insta, Facebook, Twitter, and offline, you can use pamphlets or hoardings. Now, the next thing is keep doing this process, associating with the other specific ideas. And this process, you continue until, all the branches are being full, or you get fed up with it. It is your choice when you want to move to another branch, or if you want to come back to a previous branch. Now let's move to the menu after the promotion category. Menu, I could think of desserts, soup, and starters. Here we are thinking of ideas, not designing the actual menu. After the menu, I visualize the restaurant in my mind, and I could think of the people that are required to run the restaurant. That's chef, waiters, receptionist, manager, cleaner, guard. All those things came to my mind. So mapping out the system will help everyone gain clarity, so that when it's a time to develop an app, for example, the team has a clear picture of the system they need to build. So what the main section of the app are, what features it needs to have, how those features interact with the rest of the system, and so on. So that was a very simple idea. And the next thing is when to use mind maps. So when trying to understand a subject, mind maps can be used anytime during the research phase. So yes, during the research, it's going to play a very vital role. In the design thinking process, mind mapping is a useful exercise to do during the first three stages. That's empathizing, defining, and ideating. When designers are launching off a new project, everyone on the product team probably has a fuzzy idea of what the project should be. So with this mind map, each and every member of the team will have more clarity about the project, about the product, about the service, or any idea. So it's going to help a lot in understanding part. Now, next is we'll look into the pros and cons of mind mapping. So let's take a few pros first. So the first thing is it encourages flow of thought. Till now, you would have realized the A's of thought flow. One thing leads to another, and you keep generating more and more ideas. Without a mind map, you tend to think in one direction alone. It gives you an overall picture. If you had to plan an idea with lists, you will end up with multiple lists. Imagine explaining the content of all your lists to a person who is new to the idea. Oh man, it would be very hectic job. So you'll have to pull out one list after another and try to connect the dots. Whereas if it's on a mind map, the connections and the correlations are already there. So to make it better, they are in one place under one view. Then the next thing is, sorry, speed. When you get going with the mind mapping technique, you start thinking and noting down all the ideas in your head. To generate the same ideas otherwise takes a longer for most people. So yes, the speed is one of the major advantages. The next is the flexibility of thinking and noting down. Now, imagine planning an idea with a list. If you have different lists for different categories, you'll have to pull out the corresponding list and note down your ideas there. So when you switch multiple times, you lose focus and, of course, attention. A mind map allows you to switch with ease and note down your thoughts without any trouble. Mind mapping is not the most organized way of storing ideas, but yeah, it is an ideal method of generating them. The next is the disadvantages and the cons of mind mapping. The first is the lack of space. Mind maps are most effective when drawn on paper. It may be an A4 sheet, but A4 sheet does not offer enough space to cover a wide topic. An A3 allows enough space, but a massive mind map can appear messy once completed. The next is the lack of details. A mind map can make you forget the details by only touching the surface. This is a disadvantage only if you use mind map for planning, for which mind map isn't a recommended tool. And the last is time consuming. The joy of putting thoughts on paper can give you a false impression of getting real work done. Sometimes mind maps can keep going on and on without any actual actions. And the next is the applications or the apps which you can use for building a mind map. There's a plethora of mind mapping apps to explore out there, But to make it easy, here are the three recommendations: Coggle, Miro, Whimsical. These are the three most frequently used apps which are being used. So, I think you are now very much aware about mind maps, how mind maps works, and why they are effective. We also went through an exercise of creating our own mind map. The best part is there is no standard rule for a mind map, so you can practice in your own way. So with this, we complete mind map topic. Thanks to all, and if you like my video, do like and share it. Take care and see you soon.